The story is told of a prominent Finnish composer who threw a lavish party. At the party, his close confidant noticed something puzzling. Your entire identity is music, and yet your guest list has hedge fund managers, real estate moguls, and finance bigwigs. Why don't I see anybody from the arts? Where are all the musicians? The composer smiled and explained, "You're right. All these guests work in the world of business, but I know these people. They're my friends. Their entire lives revolve around music. They vacation around orchestra dates, schedule music into their daily routine, and dream about the symphony. Music is all they ever talk about. The musicians all work in the world of music, but all they ever talk about is money." I'm reminded of this story by a poignant exchange in this week's Parsha between Moshe and the 2.5 Shvatim who wished to remain outside of Eretz Yisrael. Reuven, Gad, and half of Shevet Menashe observed the lush grounds of the Transjordan and came to Moshe with the request, "Allow us to settle here. We will build barns and sheepfolds for our livestock. We will build cities for our wives and children. This will be our home." After ensuring that they will join their brethren in their conquest of Eretz Yisrael, Moshe agrees to their request. "You will build cities for your children and enclosures for your sheep." Moshe reiterates the reason for desiring the land, but switches the order of their words. First you will build for your families, and only then for your animals. Rashi explains that Moshe was teaching them a lesson about priorities. Your livestock, meaning your financial portfolio, is important, but it should never be placed before the interests and welfare of your children. Rabbi Kestel V'Shalom shared a thought with me that he heard from his Rosh Yeshiva. The Gemara in Nedarim tells us that one of the reasons for the Churban was that the Jewish people did not make a bracha before studying Torah, she'enan mevarchim b'Torah tchila. The obvious question arises, is failing to recite a bracha before learning a reason to uproot Klal Yisrael into exile? Doesn't that seem excessive? The Rosh Yeshiva explained, whenever there's a simcha or a birthday, we give each other blessings. And we often give a bracha to a person for livelihood, health, or material happiness. And we conclude with a blessing almost as an afterthought, you should be a Talmid Chacham. And that's what bothered our sages. She'ena mavarchim b'Torah tchila can also be read that they did not bless with the Torah first. It was the last on the list of blessings, since the people prioritized the mundane and material over the spiritual and meaningful. Torah is at the bottom of their totem pole. That is what Moshe Rabbeinu was telling the Jewish people. Although you're outside of Eretz Yisrael, although you're not in the Beis Medrash, although you are dedicated to earning your livelihood, never allow your priorities to be misaligned. Your parnasa is not an end for itself, but rather a means to an end. Don't be the musicians who, despite being exposed to a world of beauty, prioritize the money around them. Be like the financial people who were able to operate in the world of money while living in the world of music. What defines us is not the work we do, but the passions we pursue. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbos.